Hi sewmates, you're welcome back to today's tutorial. How are you all doing? So you can see what we have on our screen. So I've gone to sketch it out the back panel because the back panel is with keyhole, the yoke part. So let's quickly get started. So this is already been back up. So I'll be teaching both I'll be working with bust radius. So let me sketch it out. So guys, I have to clip place our bust point. Under bust is 14 inches. Waistline is 17 inches, that's the half cut. So the back extension is half of my bust span, which is 4 inches. Connect this way. So for those that will be working with or make brack up, I will explain that. But before then, we have to quickly find our half of our armhole depth, which is 8 into 4 is into 2, sorry, is 4 inches. So connect this with your armhole curve. So if you look at it here, guys, there is no shoulder to the bust point. I have to clip place the neck weight. Sorry, camera couldn't capture this, but it's just the neck weight, which is just 3 inches. So I've adjusted my camera here. So you can see it now. So I have to quickly use pencil to explain it because we won't be working with that neck depth. So for those that work with make brack up, but before then, let's quickly place our bust span, that is distance from one nipple to the other, into fold is 4 inches. So that on the waistline, 1 inch on each piece, that's a total of 2 inches. So we have to work with an 1 inch on both. We are working with a bust of 34 to 38. So connect this way, and what I'm doing, guys, to your back extension. So we to make it pointy to the end part, which is the back extension. This is for those that are working with that. We decide to work without that, but you have to create boning channels for your boning. So I have to quickly find the bust point for those that are working with both bust radius. Like mine, I'm working with both radius. This is a ready-made brack up. You don't flatten it, okay? But first, you find half of it to make sure it aligns with your bust span. Place it this way. But mine is bust radius because I don't want my boys to be exposed. So I will connect this way. I have to now extend this as well. That is my bust span. So now that we're through, I have to quickly find the bust. Step down by an half inch. Connect this well to your under bust. Place your armhole curve properly. So the bust radius is 3.5 inches. That is the distance from the bust point to your under bust. Trace it this way. All around. This is for a guide, okay? If you have a compass, place it on your bust point all round. Towards the armhole, always add an half inch because boost is fuller. So I have to use pencil to connect it because I'll be explaining with ornament brack up later for those that are working with ornament brack up. So you connect this way. It has to meet your under bust. Place your armhole curve. If you are following me, you should know this by now, but this is for sake of beginners. So for the neck depth, you decide to work with 1.5 inches, 1 inch, 2 inches, all depend on your preference. Mine is 2 inches from my bust line. So in between the bows, half inch. So by the time I open it up, I'll be having 1 inch. So the remaining bra cup is a different thing. So I have to now extend this as well. That is the bust span. So I've placed that here. I have to place it here. 1 inch towards the armhole, 1.5, because I always add half inch towards the armhole. So by the time I finish stitching my darts line, I will still have a straight line darts. Connect as well. So I'm using my card to trace it out. So I want to place it this way. For those who are working the remaining bra cup, your under bust should mate. That's nipple to nipple. You can see it's about 1 inch difference. So if you want your boost to pop out, you can work with the remaining bra cup. So connect this well, okay, to the neck depth, which mine is 2 inches. So blend this well as well to the under bust for the cup area. So this part is optional, okay? So you can see I have exact 3.5 inches, which is my bust radius. Blend it properly. So the table, instructing me, so I extend it this way. Make sure you blend it properly to your under busts, okay? So this part is all optional. So this is all for the cup area, okay? So I will trace it out by marker when I'm through. So for the yoke, you can see the neck weight is direct from the neck weight, that is the shoulder line. So this center part is not needed. So we'll connect it to the darts line. Okay, but first I have to quickly connect it to my armhole curve this way, because this part is very important. So this is the part of fixing our sleeve. So connect this way, okay, to meet this shoulder line. But this part is straight. Our cup part, this part is straight. So by the time you stitch this part, you know this parts are that the neck weight on the chest line align with your shoulder line, okay? So you decide to walk 2 inches away from your armhole. So mine is that is my that line. So for our ready-made bra cup, I will explain that. So you decide to add your ready-made bra cup when you are done cutting out your cup area. So it's time to place our bust circumference is 10.5 inches into 4, okay? Waist is 9 inches into 4. So you connect your hip, the end part to place your hip. So I won't be making use of my hip line, okay? Because it's back waist. So it's just to my waist. So I will just connect to my back extension. So that is it. But I want to clean now, connect it with my marker. So for those that are making the remaining bra cup, this is how I should place it. Find the center, should meet this way. You don't press it down, okay? You don't press it down, you hold it firm. You have to connect straight to your center front. You can see it's about 1.5 inches. So I don't want to expose my, this is how you connect. That's why I first used a pencil. But mine is bust radius. I will still achieve the same thing. So Burma bra cup is easier for smaller bust, yes. But for plus size bust, you have to work with your bust radius. So I'll connect this way now. Yes. Blend this part. The chest line. This is now the new chest line. Okay. So the neck depth is optional. I've said that earlier. To the under bust this way. You can see I step up. You have to work with 1 or 1.5 inches. So we are just tracing it out. Yes. So this is side. This part, the under bust towards armhole is straight this way. So for the neck width, straight to the last dart line. This way, you can see how beautiful it is already. So the dart replacement is the DR. If you are working with that, remember you have to replace it. Don't need this part. So we have to clean now. Find what you placed. It's 2 inches. The dart replacement should be placed right on your waist line. Just connect it straight. Sorry, the tape is obstructing me. Straight this way. Okay, to this part. I ignore my under bust measurement. Circumference, yes, because I place my that DR right under the waist, that is the waistline, so to take care of the under bust. Yes. So this is another secret how to ignore your under bust. So for this part, I have to extend it this old pencil as well. Okay, because I've added my DR, but if you're not making use of that, no need for that. So this is the back. I've gone to use pencil as well to trace it. But this video to have part two, that is stitches. Each job we're having part two of it is stitches. So I don't want the tutorial. This drafting is long already. The duration. I don't want it to be boring. So this is it. Connect this way. So the armhole slant. This is our zipper part to the shoulder line. So zipper allowance I place is just 1.5 inches. Okay. So you also have to extend your neck width as well. Okay. So this is the zipper allowance. So the dart, which is our half of our bust span, the distance from one nipple to the other, place it as well. Half inch, that's total of 1 inch on both sides. So for the back, sorry, because it's keyhole, okay, you have to extend this way. We have to now extend the upper part is not needed. That is zipper part is only the main bodies. That is from the chest line to our waist area. And because it's gathers, we need to extend the zipper. Okay, so we will not be working with lacing. I said that earlier. So now on the waistline now, we have to step up with 1 inch. You decide to work with an half inch for smaller size, but my here is 1 inch. So by the time we fix my our zipper, it will sit properly. Okay, this is one of the methods of how to get rid of bulge. So from the center back as well, which will reflect on your main bodies, we step in as well with an half inch. These two methods works perfectly after fixing your zipper. So it will reflect this way right on your main fabric. This part you place your zipper. Okay. This part I just use pencil. You place your zipper. Assume that is a zipper. So you stitch to go in. Your zipper will sit properly. But the reflection is the part that I marked on the zipper allowance. So this for this part. So next thing to do now, guys, is the keyhole part. This back keyhole part is optional. So the zipper is just the chest line downward. So you decide to make it slant this way. So but as you make it slant, remember you have to extend your yoke part as well. Okay, or decide to make it curved. So all depending on your preference. Okay, so step out with an half inch. This half inch we will use it as our button allowance, okay? Because this upper part is not needed. So now we connect from the dart line or 2 inches for your dart line, all depend how open you want your keyhole to be. So this part as well is optional, okay? So connect this way. So we decide to work with straight dart. okay? But I want my back part to be relaxed. That's why I want to use this keyhole method, okay? So I will extend it this way, an half inch, step down with an half inch, connect it this way with a master rule this way first, okay? So connect to the 2 inches. You're working with 2 inches. If you are connecting straight to your center bag as well, you connect this part. So the more you extend this curve part, the more open your keyhole will be. Okay, you can see it now. So this part is optional, but mine is that's half of my nipple to nipple. That is bust span. So I'll connect it straight. So if it's 1 inch before your that line, is the same method, guys. Okay, so let's connect this part. So guys, please, if I find it interesting, like, please share, comment to help this channel to grow. Okay, and if you are new to the channel, please kindly subscribe. Okay, turn on your notification bell so that each time I upload a new video, you will get notified, please. So my table is obstructing me here, guys. So connect it this way. Okay, see, this part is straight. Okay, I just want to have a straight line, guys, to meet this part. So this is one I'm working with. You can see I sketched it out earlier so that the zipper allowance, you can see this part straight this way. The keyhole, it has to meet to the neckline, which is that an half inch. Connect this one. I'm trying to connect it now with my marker. Please, not my marker, please. This way, straight. So this part is not needed. This part, the DR, do not forget that place if you're working with that. So connect it straight as well. Extend the allowance, that is the end part as well. The DR is our dot replacement. So this part is the front part. You can see how beautiful it is. It's not needed. So guys, I have to clean now introduce our fabric. Note, no seam allowance here. So introduce our fabric, transfer it, guys, and see all in part 2 of this tutorial, that is stitches. Okay, the draping part will work on that. Okay, so I love you all. I remain your favorite fashion tutor, Chi Living Signature. Bye.